Hi, today I want to talk to you about using Canva with students to create presentations, similar to PowerPoint, a little bit different though, gives them a different option, new technology. If you've never been to canva.com before, you're going to need to create an account. You can sign up with either your email or Google. If you do have an account, or once you create your account, you'll be able to log in, type up in the top your username and password. All right, click login. As you can see, it's pretty basic, like a dashboard to begin. There's several options to create. Students can use an email header, a card for blogs, possibly Facebooks, online posters, social media. To get started, you're going to want to click on Create a Design, the green button in the upper left-hand corner. As you can see, there's tons of different layouts for students to choose from. I think I'm going to start with just a basic presentation. This loads up real quick. There's different options. Some of them say free. You're going to want to stick to the free ones unless, of course, it's your own account and you want to pay for them. But let's say I want to do... let's just do this first one. All right, let's start out with that front cover page. I'm going to get rid of annual projects. I'm going to pretend that the project I was working on, or my student was working on, was about the Arctic and polar bears in particular. This will be a really short presentation. Obviously, you can add more details as you go. So I'm going to title this Arctic Circle. All right, and it's not 8-8 anymore. We could do 16. Let's try that. I can easily change fonts similar to when you're using Word or PowerPoint. You just highlight and then you have several different colors to choose from. If you're looking for more colors, more options, simply click on the plus sign. I'm going to use that one. All right, so now my words are going to be that color, and I want these ones to match, so let's go with that. I can also pick backgrounds. There's several backgrounds on here that we could use. Let's go with, again, we have free, and then there's ones that cost money, so use your discretion about what works for you. I'm going to let's go with a blue one. All right, so that nicely dropped that in, and now those other text boxes that were there show up. I'm going to get rid of them since they don't apply to my presentation by simply highlighting them and then clicking the trash can. So let's say this is my opening slide. Now down at the bottom, I'm going to be able to click on this button here. This is add a new page. So this is kind of like creating another slide. And it gives me my background. I think I'm going to need a picture on this page. I want my audience to be interested. And I really liked this picture when I found it. I thought it was so cute. All right, so we'll put him front and center. And when I get to this one, I'm going to talk about baby polar bears. So I'm going to go over to the left and click on text. We can add a heading, add a subheading, possibly a whole body of text if you're looking to write a paragraph or multiple sentences. There's also all these really cool like graphics for incorporating titles and headings, similar to like advertisements. All sorts of options, as you can see. I like this one. The blue theme goes with what I'm doing, and that kind of looks funny. He looks like he's saying hello. I'm going to change it to, we'll leave hello, and I'm going to just enter, and I'm going to say, hello, baby polar bears. Whoop, there we go. All right, and then when I get to this slide, I can talk about it and explain what I found out about baby polar bears. And let's say I wanted to add a little more fun to this one. There's different frames we can use. Since we're doing the Arctic, let's see if there's anything that makes sense to go with that. Not really seeing anything that works for this one, so we'll try those after. Let's add a new slide so we can show you some more features. I'm going to again click on add a new page at the bottom. And again, I want to add a picture that I had. So let's have the iceberg this time. Icebergs are important, and with global warming, we all know there isn't nearly as much ice up there as there should be. That's a topic for another day, though. So let's add some text to this one. This time I'm going to use this one that says soda pop, because I think I could split up iceberg and it'd look cool. Let's do this. Berg. And then let's change this one to ice. And you know what? I need these capitals, so I'm going to go back in and do that. ERG. And I don't need the specials part, so I'm just going to undo that. Because I can't undo that one. Let's try that again. Drag and drop that soda pop one on there. Modify this again. I guess if you make mistakes, it's simple to fix them on this at least. Iceberg. Let's get rid of specials. Delete that. Iceberg. Ice is white. I'm thinking of the Arctic. I'm going to change this to white. Same with berg. All right, now on this page, I could talk about global warming. I could talk about the icebergs. I can talk about how polar bears use the icebergs. All right, let's go down to the bottom and one more new page. Now, let's say we're working with, these are younger students creating this. Third, maybe start doing research, like third, fourth, fifth grade. Let's add our last picture in, the polar bear, and then we can put in I'm going to do a text box. This is a little bit of text, but of course we can make the text box bigger, move it around, modify the color. I'm going to do that blue that I used earlier. Yeah, that looks a little light. Let's do white. All right. Let's say polar bears eat seals and polar bears eat seals and live in the Arctic. All right, if students had more to say, they could obviously do that. They can adjust the font, pick a different font, have fun with it. Adjust the size. I need my viewers, my audience to see it, so we need to make it a little bigger. I'm going to left center it. Adjust where the font is, uppercase. We can put links in, use transparency, get all sorts of creative. I didn't wind up choosing any of the other elements to use, but let's say we wanted to use frames. They're similar to use frames to like rearrange the pictures, put multiple pictures on one slide. Grids, same idea. We could put in different shapes. There's different lines, charts, icons. There's many options to use. If I was implementing Canva with my students, I would allow them some free time to explore before I expected them to get started. But other than that, you're pretty much ready to either share or download. Thank you for listening.